He's seen my artwork and he's a real fan of it. He's just a real nice guy. Huh? It's hard to describe him, you know, when you meet the guy and you say, "How you doing, Eddie?" And he goes, "No, it's Edward." Oh. Yeah, he likes Edward, you know. Real clean, you know, clean-cut guy. He's like one of these kind of people that... You ever met somebody that can remember your name? Like Graham Nash is that way. You can meet 1 billion people and he'll remember your name. When he sees your face, he'll remember you, you know. 10 years later, you meet the guy on the street, okay, looking totally different. And he would remember your name, run up to you and say hi and shake your hand.
Wait, Ben.
Uh-oh. Whoa.
Gosh, this is kind of impressive, being there at the birth of the soon-to-be famous guitar. Is this your first guitar?
Yep. This is the first one in a series of 5 that we want to make with Krammer guitars. And this is like, it's going to be like a space line. Because see, one of the things that can happen with this is you can take this guitar and you can start off a concert by laying it down and running your video in on the side, okay, and setting an image on big screen for backdrop. And then the entertainer can pick the guitar up, strap it on, and then start playing. And it's like the artwork, it's been known the artwork only sets a space for others to create from. As you can see, this isn't quite polished yet. I've been working on it all night. And it's got to be shipped out sometime later this evening back to New Jersey. You know, because Eddie's going to get this at the NAMM show in Anaheim at the Anaheim Convention Center on the 18th of this month, January. So this is going to be a real... They haven't even seen it yet. They went totally on spec because they saw the big pieces that are over there, and we just sat down and talked about what it would be like seeing this image in a guitar. So they bought the idea, and we sat and discussed it with their engineers, discussed stress factors, discussed sound, and just what we could possibly get. And everything was a go. We just decided that we'd give it a try because it worked out okay. So this is the first one. So now, being that this is acrylic, this is easy to polish and clean. And studios like this, where you've got a garage door in front, and it's real paper thin. Yeah. And I would have, I usually wear leathers when I'm chipping away.
That's hard, isn't it? I mean, acrylic is a hard...
Real hard. It's got a tensile strength of anywhere from 4.3. What? Probably be better if I did it up this way. Get this simple one. This is no fun if you get... Oh, you've got so much light, I don't know if I'm going to need that. Is that too much light in here?
No, that's fine.
got coffee and donuts inside for y'all tonight. The thing about acrylic is that it's easy to polish. You can take acrylic and you can get it just as clean as glass. And I can take a piece of acrylic and clean it. You can't tell the difference between glass and acrylic except when you go to pick them up. Glass is much heavier. Acrylic's just as strong. We'll coat this guitar when I'm done, so it won't get... Usually when you're working with acrylic, you've got to have all this protective gear on, because this stuff will kill you. It's very carcinogenic and it's in very fine powder. And you see my little motto is, it's okay, because artists are never famous until they're in the grave, you know? You can't buy their work anymore, then everybody will rush out and get it. But while he's struggling on the planet, you know, they go, oh, he's...
Yes, just now just your foot, step right next to it. Pull the gel. Go ahead. Too late, but that's close. Sorry, you put it right. And now.
What shows does channel 8?
And take your foot out and put the gel back in. Good as you need.
I'm going to get this one side so then I can take it and go over to the polishing wheel and I can polish some on it, and then you guys can get shots of me polishing and then turn it around and show it to you.
I'd love to see his reaction when he actually gets this.
Oh, yeah, that's why I say, you know, I invite you up.
I'd love to see that.
You know, when you meet the guy, he's so different.
Uh-huh.
He's not he's always interested in something I do new, but he can look at it for 3 seconds, 4 seconds, and he goes, oh, that's great.
Yeah.
You know, walk away.
Yeah. Your family's always your toughest critics.
Total, yeah. Sure.
So sometimes it's, what are you doing that for, Dad?
Yeah, really.
Got home yesterday, my daughter said, why didn't you do a story on Halley's Comet? I said, why should I?
Yeah, really.
Because I wanted.
What's going on in the freeways and what Gaddafi's doing and what's going on with world politics or the commodities exchange. I can forget all that. But the sad part is I gotta wake up and I'm back here on Earth, you know? I've always wanted to be out here in these cities that I make. And I guess I am about every day. Not a day goes by I don't see them. I don't think of new places and new things. But I guess that's all part of using the part of the mind that's strictly imaginative. In my job, it's challenge goes. So one of the things I do with this art form is create a space where you can create from for yourself. Everybody sees something different here. To me, there's no better life than being an artist. To build this one of these communities and actually have like apartments or condos or townhouse kind of a situation on a mountain and build the whole mountain too. See, I build homes in Florida. That's where Jeannie and I are from, Orlando.
Yeah.
And I built 6 of the finest homes in Winter Park, Florida, which is a very ritzy area.
All right.
And I used to build strictly for the builders, and I built their homes. So, and at the time I was very young, and I had everybody that worked for me was older than I was. You know, so.
You probably couldn't get much of the sound because of the
Oh,
motor going.
you know, every day I basically, you know, get away. In this day and age, everybody's looking for some way to just kind of get away. This is a vacation I take that I don't have to call a travel agent, you know. It's one I can go within. It's more like a spiritual thing. And to me, to be able to create, I have to unbog myself from the everyday dogma, the problems, everything that's going on around me. And when I go in the cities, I have a whole sense of freedom. And from that freedom, I've learned that watching others looking at the artwork, that they get that same sense of freedom. It's very satisfying to me to be able to please so many people. I haven't had one person yet walk away from the artwork disgusted. And that's hard to, you know, it's hard for other artists to say that, you know,
sure,
and it's been something that's brought nothing but joy and pleasure to my heart to see the excitement of self-entertainment. And when I say self-entertainment, what I mean is that what I've learned over the years dealing with this artwork is that what I'm creating is a space that other people create from.
Yeah.
You go into this city all by yourself. You come out all by yourself because you're still within yourself the whole time. So it opens up a realm of creativity to the individual. For instance,
Everybody sees something different.
everybody sees something different, but everybody sees one thing. And they feel one thing, and that's the creativity coming from within inside. First of all, there's a matrix that's met. You see, you know, and you feel your normal dimension scale. Then you look inside the city, and you see that if you were 6 feet tall, you were only this big. Okay? So now you've got to think about being here. So now you've got that here, and then you know your normal dimension here. Okay? You know, there are people that deal with chunks of dimension, like how many people balance a checkbook by saying, well, I have this much left, you know, or I have this much left, you know. I have blocks here and chunks here and pieces here, and it's all dimensional. And it's some of the ways that they store it in the mind. Well, when you know your normal dimension here, you feel your dimension down here, and then you see the image and then learn how it's done totally backwards. This is reverse scrimshaw.
Yeah, I know.
That's what it is. It's reverse scrimshaw in a clear substance. So I look at a piece of acrylic and people go, hey, that's a beautiful chunk of acrylic. I see something else. I see that what I'm going to take away is going to leave an image that they're going to see. This causes a matrix in the mind, the total reversal, to see that the image is there. How did you get it in there is my main question. What did you pour over it? That's number 2.
Yeah.
Number 3, they pick it up and shake it to see if there's any snow in it. You know? So, what goes on in the mind when they look at this, now that they can find out what goes on in the nothingness. Every master in the world said, I create from nothingness. And that's where creativity comes from. I'm not a copy artist. I don't sit down with a picture and paint the same thing that's on the picture. That's copy art. I don't look at a scenery and paint the scenery. To me, that's copy art. Sculptures are different. We're basically outcast in the art world, and on a fine line of crafts. Okay? Well, I've told the biggest what they can do with their craft idea, because this is not a craft. You know, I don't copy anything. If I copy it, where is it? You know, you take me there, you know, and I'll just leave the art behind and go. But there's a fine line between craft and art, and this is fine art. I've had the biggest and the best say this is fine art, and I've argued with the rest of them about it being a craft. So I don't argue anymore. I know what it is. This is knowledge here. And what was the question?
I don't know, it was a heck of a good answer. Over here more, Ben?
Let me just set it here.
Appreciates photographers for their day.
No problem.
Stuff artists.
I tell you, when I used to be a guest on KHJ in LA, and it was great because cameramen, I'd go 2 hours early because I was one of the first people on, and we'd just jump up in those things. The grips would run up there and put lights and just everything, and it was a lot of fun because they appreciated it all.
You said you had what variety of different careers before? You were a jeweler and
Yeah, I was a jeweler. I was a contractor. I've got a degree in air conditioning engineering, physics, which I had in the Air Force.
What art's the best?
Pardon me?
Art's the best.
Art's always the best, yeah. I don't have anybody complaining to me, you know. I don't have anybody that's in a bad mood that wants to come around me and say anything about the art or say anything, period, because, you know, it's my studio, they can go, you know.
Bad mood, you stay away?
I stay away. I go exercise or work out with martial arts or something else. I've been into martial arts for many years, and I stay away from bad moods and creativity, because all you're doing then is creating a very creative bad mood. You know, and so many people think they have to be in a bad mood to create from, and when they're creating in a bad mood, they don't understand what they're doing to the viewers that are watching it. You know, it's my idea that what they're doing is showing them a creative bad time. You know, when you're in a good mood and you're creating, people pick up on that. It's that chi energy, you know. You put all your energy into the works that you're doing, creating, and if you're frustrated or upset or anguished or angry or anything like that, well, you're going to show it to them creatively, and it's going to stick. It's going to stick deeper in the mind than if you just told them, because the mind will pick it up and figure it out. All right, here we are. Welcome to Condradon.
Give me a second.
Yep.
Could you cover
Yeah,
over
sure.
with some
Sure.
again?
Let me get you over in here where you can.
Yeah.
You ready?
But could you come back on this side?
Sure.
where you were?
All right. See some fine little scratching here. And here it is. Across the mall floor, she went over and picked it up and gave me a check. So now, safety first. I'll get right in here. I lift weights. Hold some of these pieces and maneuver them around. I see these guys making these guitars, you know, and some of these television shows. I said, you know, someday I'd like to do that. Let me show you. You can do just about anything you think.
Stuck on and on. Pick it up and just put it in there. Okay, go ahead.
Now what I can do is I can set this piece up and the scanner mirror up in the back.
I'd like to get that and that as well.
Okay. That rouge leaves you red.
Oh yeah, red all over you.
That was a professional cough.
It's the removing the crystal.
Believe me, they'll get it back tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah. We'll slowly rotate it.
Just like push it down.
Yeah. Keep it coming so that I can take a tour here.
Okay, I'm going to keep you that far away.
Good, perfect. Keep it coming.
How we doing on focus?
Great. Beautiful shot.
Right, sponsored by a dental drill company or dental
Yeah.
supply company?
Healthco, right here in San Diego. All right, can you see this area right through here?
Yeah.
What's your best vision? Oh, this is my short arm. Damn it. Okay, I'm gonna have to change heads here. Let me see. I'll put a door in up top. Good. Can you feel where I am?
No, just sit right. Okay, go ahead.
finger? Okay. Okay, you hang out right in this area now. I'll work the top of this piece. Now, so that everybody can see out. Everything in here is real, you know. If you really lived there, I mean, you would have everything around you just the way you wanted it. Let's see what else. Two things I don't have to deal with: screaming patients and bad breath.
That would be.
Yeah.
Oh,
Great.
Go ahead. How are we doing, Monty? Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Guy, that's something I had to get over.